Okay, so talking about keeping the training areas, the military training areas in Hawaii, and my sister is in the National Guard. She's an officer in the National Guard, and that's kind of like where our lives differ. Like I've always been, we was talking about freaking like when we was in our 20s and stuff, like how we both grown over the years. I've kind of grown in the opposite direction, understanding reasoning behind the military presence in Hawaii, and you know, she's definitely grown in her Hawaiianness. So we're in our 40s now, right? And so has my brother. It's kind of funny, we get together. Before we used to be scrapping and talking about Hawaiian things and military things. Yeah. And now we've more like we're kind of like in the middle. Yeah, shared understanding. I would say even like we're all kind of like indecisive. Like it's a hard spot for us. Our family is military. My grandfather's retired Army. Well, our grandfather's retired Army. My mom is a 10-year veteran. Our dad's stepdad and biological dad retired Army. My brother just retired Army. Brothers is veterans. Ulu's in the National Guard. I joined the Marine Corps in 2008. Graduated officer candidate school, and like, you know, and we're Hawaiian, right? So it's fucking weird. It's just like whatever. But so on the topic of keeping the military training areas, Ulu was in kind of like one situation where she was asked to give testimony on why we should strategically by like another Hawaiian officer. And you know, trying to get the Hawaiians in the Guard to bring forth testimony as to why we should keep those training areas, you know, federal government in charge and stuff like that. And then maybe Ulu can share with you guys about what she feels like that, about that.
Right, so being in the Guard for this is like 12 going on 13 years, and also being a Hawaiian, I feel it's a common connection in Hawaiians who serve in the Hawaiian National Guard to feel that obligation of service to Hawaii first. And then because we sign on that dotted line and we know there's always a chance of federal service, we accept that. That's what we wear this uniform for. We serve the state and we serve the country. But let me say, more so in our hearts, the state, right? So when I was invited to write a letter for the DLNR meeting to keep the Oahu training area lands, I was torn. But right away, let me just say that I do support keeping it. I support keeping the training areas because Hawaii soldiers need to train. If it ever comes down to where we are called upon to serve Hawaii, we can't do that without being ready, and we can't be ready unless we train.
And like I was going as far as say, not just Hawaii soldiers, Hawaiian soldiers. I mean, there's a lot of. I keep telling Ulu, like when she first joined the Guard, right? And my only experience is like being an Army brat, you know, going to officer candidate school for the Marine Corps, and then my ex-husband being a Marine. Like I'm only used to military, and then when I come around the Guard, it's like Fiki militia. Like it's hilarious. Like it's not like a federal force. It is. There's a lot of Hawaiians and there's a lot of Hawaii-born people in the Guard, and they are really for Hawaii. And like what and you know, it trips me out, like, because it's just like the pidgin, even when they talk to each other, like she's an officer enlisted, like it's super crazy to me. And the way that they talk about Hawaii first, like my sister said, like it's not a national thing, right? But like Hawaii, like I brought in so she told me this, and we were driving, and I was just like, oh, like, you know, it's a subject, right, for us, yeah. So for me, I'm automatic. It's ʻāina, belongs in the hands of Hawaiians, you know. But then again, like I've grown, so the military aspect, we gotta understand too that Hawaiians been training on this land too. I mean, the first Hawaiian to shoot a gun on our ʻāina is King Kamehameha. I mean, so it's a necessary component. Yeah, military protection is a necessary component for defense and offense. Yeah, right. Well, Hawaiians, we try not to be offensive as far as taking land, right? Right. But because we have our own land, right? We have our own land. And so when to have a military force in Hawaii is to protect. It's to protect what we have. And I don't even agree with the state. Ulus might agree with the state. That's the idea of the fake state. That's my mana'o who probably disagrees. But we need to, like, I told her, because she's all kind. She's like, I couldn't write it.
I couldn't write it with her sitting across the table from me. It was my job. So we made a plan. We're going to go sit at our friend's house, who is also a retired Hawaiian Army National Guard.
Samoa. And I was
going to sit there at my laptop because I only had about 10 hours to write this in preparation for the meeting the next day. And I couldn't do it with my sister sitting across from me because I knew the conversation was going to come up and I might be talked into
not writing it.
But I didn't end up writing it because of my fear for that conversation, you know. But in my heart, I should say, in my brain, what I know from what we need here in Hawaii, because we don't have a lot of training monies to send us to the continent to train. We have to be here. In order for us to just be a ready militia, we have to be here and we have to train. And, you know, Kai brought up that it's about mālama in the ʻāina, and it's true. Although when we train, like say we go pohakuloa and we dig up the ʻāina, which sometimes we do, we can't leave there until we put everything back the way back the way it is. But we don't do it enough, like in preservation or for recovery of the ʻāina. We're not replacing plants. We're not taking care of water sources, like when our stuff drains into the ground. We don't do that, and it's not because we don't want to. It's because we don't have the training time to incorporate that into our training plan. Is really what it is. It's like, do we concentrate everything on, you know, being ready? Because in the Hawaiian Army National Guard, we only train 1 week in a month, 2 weeks out of the year, and that's nothing compared to the active duty military.
Right, and
we prioritize training.
Over mālama ʻāina. So where I would say, okay, well I would prioritize mālama ʻāina. And so like what I was telling Ulu, but you should have wrote the letter and made an alternative.
Yeah, make a recommendation. Yeah.
One, give the ʻāina to the state, right? Because Ulu is saying that if active duty federal military wants to train, the Hawaiian Army National Guard gets the boot. Bumped. And that's not okay, because if we're talking this ʻāina is Hawaii, then we need to train our forces. We should have first priority. I think that's one alternative, is give it to the state. And but that's not even that's alternative one where I'm thinking is realistic. Realistic, most people would fucking get on that freaking board. But really, I'm saying give it back to the Hawaiians, that the Hawaiians decide when the Hawaiian National Guard trains. But that's like fairy tale land, yeah. But that would, perfect in Kai Burley's perfect world. Well, that's probably the most doable. Is it?
Resolution? Yes.
Yeah, but Hawaiians wouldn't give it to the National Guard.
Right.
They wouldn't.
Oh, well, I'm saying the most doable resolution that, you know, it might console Hawaiians is give the Hawaiian National Guard, Hawaiʻi Army National Guard, the priority over our land for training purposes. Yeah. Not, as I was telling her, we can literally reserve a piece of land. We can reserve kahuku. If active duty says, no, I'm training on this weekend now, there goes us. We're out. And that's a fact.
Yeah. No, she's saying that because she knows she knows people watching.
This is my job, and that happens all the time.
Yeah. That's aole.
And it doesn't matter if our general talks to this general, we don't win.
Right.
We don't win.
And so the second, what we're talking about, mālama ʻāina, I'm going to say second alternative, but a part of the alternative is, I'm sorry, Hawaii, but you gotta come up with some cash. Train these soldiers to mālama ʻāina. And wouldn't that be a great freaking like coalition with like the hardcore freaking ku'e mālama ʻāina Hawaiians, and like provide jobs for them so that they can, you know, stop ku'e and start making money and teaching fuckers how to mālama ʻāina. Like, I think that's a bigger component, right? I was telling her, like, King Kamehameha was, you know, of course, he gonna use the land for training. But we also had times like Makahiki and time of Ku, like, there was a time where you did not. Like, the ʻāina needs recovery. So we need to get on board, like the military, Hawaiian Army National Guard, Air National Guard, like we need to get on board with that. And why wouldn't we want to? It sounds fabulous. But we need money, right? So military is going to prioritize training over mālama ʻāina. But then that's where the state could come in and be like, you know what, let's find funds, let's get funds so that we can give the Hawaiian Army National Guard, the Air National Guard money, so that we can spend at least the equal amount of time restoring the ʻāina.
Yes.
If you're gonna spend 2 weeks shooting up the ʻāina, then they need 2 weeks to restore, and then probably more, right? So like,
I think a lot of people in strategic positions could get behind that idea.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not saying anything, but I've never heard anybody really suggest that, even from like our environmental
people.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
they're just like, while you're here, make sure you put the dirt back, freaking clean up, pick up your rubbish.
Right there, Hawaii'i Army National Guard, give an age waiver for me, I go join, and then I can be that person for you. I'm too old, I try to rejoin them later. Like, my bitch, you're fucking old as fuck. Yeah, so I mean, tell us what you guys think about these suggestions. And I mean, I gotta go look at the bill. I'm gonna go look at the bill before I do the freaking posting and post it inside there and look at what it's coming down to. But definitely, I mean, Hawaiian lands belong in Hawaiian hands. I told Ulu it goes a little bit even further. Like, the idea would be to have Hawaiian soldiers in charge, just the same way that her Hawaiian higher up, we go knock at her heart, and other Hawaiian soldiers to write this letter. That there's value in that too, right? And I think we need to get around the discrimination. I'm sorry, all the Japanese, all the Filipinos, all the Portuguese, all the Puerto Ricans in the Hawaiian National Guard. I'm sorry, but like I said before, you ain't Hawaiian, okay? It's okay. Like, can Hawaiians be trusted to handle their own ʻāina? And I don't think that would be misplaced. Because nobody, I tell you right now, I don't care, generations was born here. The connection to the ʻāina is the same reason why Brother Man go reach out to Hawaiians, is because there is a connection that no other will have to this ʻāina if you are Kanaka. It's, I don't care, Hawaiian at heart, no. Malahini, kama ʻāina, or no. Sorry. We all can't be Hawaiian, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I think there's value.
But my non-Hawaiian battle buddies, I appreciate you.
Oh, we all appreciate you.
Service.
Just because I'm saying it matters to be Hawaiian doesn't mean I'm saying it doesn't matter not to be.
Right.
You guys have purpose and value too. Okay, we're not Gen Z, we're millennials. Okay, so Gen X and millennials. I know you guys feel me. Like, am I getting sensitive? Okay, we appreciate all the freaking cultures here, but no, I mean that would be fucking top notch, bro. But yeah, I mean. And if you have testimony, and if anybody out there, like my Hawaiian friends, so this came up too because we've been with Ohana in Waianae, and our Ohana, like our friends Ohana, we say Ohana because we're all Waianae and we've known each other years since we was in high school, and she was sharing that she was talking to him about it, and they was crying, and I'm like I would be more on their side, right? Like it hurts us to know that our ʻāina is just being like degraded, boss up. Right, and we feel that. Where can we? ʻāina is necessary to train. ʻāina is necessary to protect ʻāina. We need ʻāina in order to train to protect ʻāina. So where can we come to a something that is pono, not something that is fair, not something that is like right or wrong. Pono. How do we bring pono to this situation that deals with our ʻāina? It's an important conversation. Yeah, coffee kind things with my sister. Yes, I told her, let's put it on the fucking.
And remember, home is where the dog is.
Oh shit, that's terrible. Somebody was coming at me too on this way. Oh, who's that girl with the freaking stuff that's always on her coffee cups, all the sayings and Bible verses? Yeah, bitch. Sisters. I love coffee mugs, bro. I love coffee mugs. Okay, think about it. Let us know.
Get Hawaiians.
Get Hawaiians.